I just got back from the dermatologist. Now, I've been putting off this visit for, I don't know, 3 years, but I basically have been struggling with hormonal acne along my jawline, my mouth, for a long time. And I've never done anything about it. So I really need to measure how this is working. And I figure maybe I'll make a story, maybe I'll do it on Snapchat so it's less annoying, or maybe I'll just do like one post every week, but I want to record. So feel free to just skip this right along, but if maybe you are also interested in how this stuff is affecting my skin, making it better, hopefully, I can share my journey with you and maybe it'll help you. So I got all these samples from the dermatologist. These are the products that he recommends. You should wash your face and moisturize. Literally nothing crazy. This CeraVe and Cetaphil, like, that's so cheap at CVS. I'm gonna use this scary looking topical cream every other day, or hopefully as much as I possibly can. It's supposed to burn, so I'll let you know about that. And for the big kahuna, I gotta take this stuff. This is called spironolactone. I can't do it. Okay, whatever. It's called spironolactone. Okay. So I'm going to take that every day for the rest of my life. Can't wait. Literally. So again, if these posts are annoying to you, just skip them. Okay? But if they're not, then that's great. I hope my skin gets better, and I hope that I don't have to take that for the rest of my life. Like I said, we'll see. So every week, we're going to do the Thursday skin check-in. So fun. So it's not Thursday, but my face is looking particularly rough today. So I just wanted to go over my skin update for the week. It's obviously not going that well. So I started taking the spirolactane. I can say it really fast now. And I actually experienced really bad side effects, which apparently is rare, but I got them. It's actually also used for high blood pressure. It lowers your blood pressure. So I guess I have low blood pressure because I took this and I was immediately lightheaded. I could barely walk down the street and I had shows to do, and that's not gonna work. I also got really itchy on my neck. It just felt wrong, right? Like, those commercials, it's like, consult your doctor if you feel this. I was feeling those things. So I called my doctor and they said, just stop and come in. So I just went in today and he said, let's cut all of that out. We could give you an antibiotic, or we could just go with the topical cream, which I've been using. I'm breaking out like crazy. But they said, just use that. So there you have it. I'm one of the 1% that experienced the negative side effects from spirolactane. So that's not an answer. And for those of you wondering how I look so clear in my last picture, well, it's because I was on set all day and they did my makeup and they covered up all of this. So thank you to professional makeup artists for my last selfie. I know I sound a bit bitter, but it's like, I just want something to work. But, we move forward and keep going. So thanks for watching, and tune in next week for another depressing, bummer story of how nothing works to clear up my skin. Came into the bathroom today for my skin update so you could see my glorious skin in this really bright light. So it's been about 3 weeks, can you believe it? And I would say things are going okay. This has been here for probably 3 full weeks. I don't know where that came from. I don't even usually break out on my forehead. The stuff that I use, my topical cream that I use every other night, the Epiduo, this stuff burns my skin off like fiery hell. Like, I put this on and my skin burns, which doesn't feel. But unfortunately, that is correct. It's supposed to act like almost like a chemical peel. My skin has been extremely dry right here and here. So I like load on this CeraVe moisturizer. And I don't have any new crazy breakouts. Still some scarring here you could see. And here. But nothing crazy. So maybe it's working. I'm kind of in this like lull where just really nothing has been happening. But I don't really know that this light is the best, actually. I feel like this light is actually better because it shows you the truth. This is the truth, everybody. That's it for the week. Oh, I was going to say one more thing. So you know how I stopped taking that spiralactane? And I went to the dermatologist. He was just like, okay, well, we're just going to do the other stuff that we were already doing, just minus the medicine. So if this works, would I have just been taking spiralactane for my entire life? Just like pointlessly? Because if this works on its own, there's no need for spiralactane. And I just would have never gone off it. That's a horrible mode. That's a horrible way to be a doctor. Just try this and stay on it forever. So anyway, if you're studying to be a doctor, it doesn't seem like that's the right way to do it. I don't really know. Who's ready for a sweaty skin update? And as I'm sitting here, this rash on my neck is getting worse by the second. Look at that. That's horrible. Oh my God. That's worse than it was before I worked out. I started itching my face pretty much when I started going to the dermatologist and putting on that new product. And I would itch like right here and right here. Oh man, I may need to take a pause from this and figure this out. So everything's fine. I made an emergency appointment with the dermatologist tomorrow. So I'll do skin update tomorrow. My face looks really bad. And by the way, if you were wondering what this koi look is, it's it's how you cover your acne and your rashes. You just like put it right like that. Just cut out that top part. Okay. My skin update is that I have a rash on my neck, and I was sent to Walgreens to get another prescription topical cream. And I got there, and they said it was going to be $50. So I said, is there anything else that's similar to that, that's over the counter that I could buy? And he said, yeah, that cream right there. I said, how much is that? And he said, that's $5. So I got that. So now I have to use that cream plus the topical cream. And the doctor said to just keep going, even though my skin does not seem to be getting any better, and I got a rash from the cream. I think it's time for a skin update. As I'm sure you can see, got some friends on my face here. Honestly, I'm really disappointed in my regimen that has been prescribed to me by the dermatologist. It's not working. I do exactly what he tells me to do. He told me to stick with it even when I went back and I was kind of like, nothing's changing, He said stick with it, and it's been like 2.5 months. Actually, maybe it's been 3 months. I skipped like a month of skin updates, sorry. But regardless, I will now be seeking a different person's help, because that didn't work. To be completely honest, it's really hard to stay positive when you're doing everything the doctor says and nothing changes. In fact, parts of your face get worse. So it's really frustrating. So I feel you. And there's another thing too where, people might say, well, I don't see it, or I don't see it in your photos, or I don't see it when I look at you. And that's really nice and that's fine, but I see it. I see it when I look in the mirror. I also want to say thank you to all the people who have responded to these stories with ideas and suggestions on how they treated their own or how they got through that. And I will try some of those, but I want to do it through a doctor so I can really say I tried. So the next step for me, I believe, is I'm actually going to go to a naturopathic doctor. There's one here in Sacramento, and I'm going to check in with them and see if they have any suggestions. I got my eyebrows waxed yesterday, and look what happened. The skin was like ripped off. Has this happened to anyone? And if so, what do I do? Oh no. This is a very important skin update. So if you haven't been watching and you don't care, then skip on. But if you have been and you've sent me stuff and requests or ideas, stay. So here I am. My face looks really rough. As you can see, I'm not hiding anything from anyone. I should get a medal for this. This is it, everyone. It does not look good. I went to the dermatologist yesterday, and I really let him have it. I said all the things that you all told me. Why didn't you give me this? Why don't I have this? This is not working. It's been 3 months. And he responded pretty well. So he gave me a new regimen. So here is my new regimen. Now, I didn't get the face wash, the benzoyl peroxide face wash that everybody requested, but that's because what I'm putting on my face is a leave-on version of that. So it's like a little bit more intense. So to start with, I upped my percentage of my retin-a. I changed brands, and this is retin-a micro, and this is a 0.0%. Don't know what that means, but apparently it's more intense. Next up is every morning I'm going to take Onextin. I'm going to put on Onextin. This is, you see, the benzoyl peroxide. This will go on underneath my makeup every day. I will be also taking doxycycline, which is an antibiotic. I'm going to take this for a month. Ding! I'm going to take that for a month and hope that the swelling goes down. Now, for this, I might need to take this longer. I might need to take this up to 6 months. I hope not, because I feel like you're not supposed to take an antibiotic for 6 months. I'm no doctor, but I can pronounce doxycycline. And something that the doctor told me about this is that I have to take it an hour before I go to bed and sit up for an hour. So I'm just going to make a post that I took it, and people just need to text me to keep me awake for an hour before I go to bed every night. So for anyone that told me to get an antibiotic, got it. For anyone that told me to do the benzoyl peroxide wash, kind of got it, a little different. And here we go again. Lastly, some transparency about the payment for all of this. That antibiotic was $120 with part of my insurance covering it. Yikes. And all of my doctor's visits are $117 per visit, which is so much. If anybody has any suggestions on how to get that price down, because one appointment I literally went in and said I had weird side effects on spiralactane, which I can say that so fast now. And he was like, oh, just don't take it. That's literally it, $100. So I feel like I'm starting over at the beginning again, which in essence I am. But, if this doesn't work, the doctor said I have to take Accutane. Thanks for always watching. And if you have a friend who's dealing with this, you probably don't know that because nobody talks about it. But if they do tell you about it, send them my way. I want friends to talk to about this stuff, please. I have to be so honest with you guys because I've been sharing this whole journey, so I feel like I have to share all of it. My face hurts so bad right now. It's so dry. I feel like I want to scream. I'm not going to. Not on here, but I feel like I want to scream. So this is part of it too. This is part of the journey. Before I put my foundation on, which I have to do every day to cover up this disaster, I would like to update you. It's been about a week and a half since I started my new regimen, and yeah, let's talk about it. I very much hate taking this antibiotic every day. I overpaid for it. Thank you to my Instagram friends who told me that. I could have paid $4 for the generic version. Always ask for that. And this antibiotic is tough. It is tough on your tummy. You have to eat a full meal, and I'm just like constantly thinking about my full meal that I have to eat and how I have to sit up for. And some days it feels like it gets caught in my throat, and for hours I'm just like swallowing and I'm drinking like so much water. I'm eating food and trying to push it down, and it just doesn't feel great. And another one of my friends, shout out Katie Grayson, told me to take some probiotic supplements to go with my antibiotics. So I take those 2 hours after I take these, and they're a microflora probiotic. I haven't necessarily noticed an impact yet. I still feel kind of nauseous and not good after taking the antibiotic. But I'm hopeful. I've also been doing my morning cream, benzoyl peroxide every day, really consistently with a thin layer of moisturizer on top, and then also my retin-a at night. You can probably hear how bored I am with this, because I am. It is boring and frustrating. My skin looks pretty bad. I think it looks better than it did last week. Some of these big guys died down, but that usually happens. So I go in and check up in 2.5 to 3 more weeks. So I'm just going to keep doing it. I want to wean off the antibiotic. I just don't think it's for me. Here are the takeaways. Number 1, pay less for your antibiotics by getting the generic version. They are the same. Number 2, if you're taking a really strong antibiotic like I am, eat it with a meal and drink with it, and take a probiotic. I think it's time for a skin update. So over the past few weeks, I, stopped taking that antibiotic. Just was not sitting well with me. I don't like planning my life around taking medication. Kept putting on the creams and went to a naturopath. So as you can probably see, my skin is okay. I'm actually pretty pleased with the way it's looking. The naturopath suggested that I do an allergy test, a food allergy test, to see if I'm allergic to any food. So we plucked my little thingy, and I bled all over a piece of paper, and that has been sent away to test and see if I'm allergic to dairy and gluten and all those things, because she said sometimes it manifests, the toxins manifest. So say you're eating a lot of dairy, your liver is having trouble digesting it, your liver's kind of backed up, everything's kind of backed up, and it pushes out through your face. So that was just a theory she had. We don't know if that's true or not, but I did send. But for now, I'm feeling okay. Just continuing to wash my face so consistently and use my creams, my retinol, and my benzoyl peroxide. Gonna keep doing. Also, I'm taking a liver supplement. This is from my naturopath. It's a lipotropic complex. Okay. And then some stuff for my horrible Sacramento allergies, Zone 9. Not sure if Zone 9 is helping, but it's the tree, weed, and grass antigens for this area, and I basically just put it right into me. Just kind of like a vaccine. So if you live in Sacramento and you have bad allergies, I don't know if I can endorse this, because I don't, I just began. So that's no help at all. Another thing I was thinking about and just noticing is I haven't been drinking as much. Not that I'm drinking excessively really ever, but I've been really paring it down, and my skin has gotten better. I'm trying to do a post-workout, no makeup, sweaty face skin update, but there's no genuine light in here. Oh my god. Is seriously cannot find any light in this whole room that looks normal. Oh, okay. So my face is doing okay. As you can see, no major breakouts, still some scarring and currently some sweat. But it's doing okay, and it's because of those 2 creams that I was using. However, when I went to order these prescriptions, I found out that to get those 2 things, I've been using samples, and in order to get a full-size jar of those 2 creams, it will be $200. And yes, I guess that's worth it if, you know, I want to have clean, beautiful skin, but it's just, it's so expensive. But I'm using this app called Alto, and they were going to deliver these to me instead of me having to go pick them up at, you know, Walgreens or something. They were going to deliver them to my house. And so they called me after checking it against my insurance, told me how much it was going to be, and I was like, yeah. But the guy on the phone was like, okay, I totally understand. Let's check it against some coupons, and we'll try some other generic brands and run everything against your insurance and see what we can do and clear it with your doctor. What? So we'll see if anything... We'll see if anything comes out of it and I can get some cheaper goods. And if I do, I'll let you know. But so far, those 2 things, a benzoyl peroxide and a retin-a, have been helping. I use the benzoyl peroxide every morning, and I use the retin-a every night. And that's every single time, and I wash my face extensively, constantly. Wow, I haven't done a skin update in a long time. And so I think it's time. Are you ready for this? So here's the thing. I gave up on the dermatologist. I gave up on the naturopath. I pretty much gave up on everything. And that's when I started seeing results. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing that really works. That's the end of the story. That's life. Nothing works. Or at least it doesn't work for everybody. So I've found some things that kind of work for me, but I don't know if they'll work for you. But in case you want to know, this is what's been working for me. Every single night, I load my face with chemicals. And every single morning, I load my face with more chemicals. And then I sweat them all off. That's it. No, but for real. Every night, I use retin-a micro 0.06%. This will burn like a mofo for a little while, and then you'll get used to it. I use this every single day. And I wear that all day. Sometimes I put a moisturizer on top, but not all the time. At first, my skin was really dry all the time, but now it's gotten a little better. But I really just use this. Just simple. It's like $1. Another thing that I actually really love is this. Oh, don't use it when your skin is dry, but it really cleans everything out. And I put my cleanser on here. And I currently use CeraVe foaming facial cleanser. I don't like it. I actually don't recommend it at all. It's kind of neutral and not really that great. So I'll let you know when I find something. That's what I've been using. That's what's been kind of working for me. I've been using everything for about 3 months. I'm wanting to introduce an oil, like a rose hip oil or some sort of like cleansing oil. Then in the morning, I wash it off, or I forget to wash it off, and I go to the gym and it sweats off and it burns. I recommend washing it off, but that's for the overachievers out there. So once that's off, and then I load my face up with benzoyl peroxide gel 1.2%, 3.75%. It's called a Next. And I wear that all day. Sometimes I put a moisturizer on top, but not all the time. At first, my skin was really dry all the time, but now it's gotten a little better. But I really just use this. Just simple. It's like $1. Another thing that I actually really love is this. Oh, don't use it when your skin is dry, but it really cleans everything out. And I put my cleanser on here. And I currently use CeraVe foaming facial cleanser. I don't like it. I actually don't recommend it at all. It's kind of neutral and not really that great. So I'll let you know when I find something. That's what I've been using. That's what's been kind of working for me. I've been using everything for about 3 months. Yeah, I'm wanting to introduce an oil, like a rose hip oil or some sort of like cleansing oil. So if you know of anything, let me know. I'm going to check out Chinatown and see if I can get some on the cheap. I'm not about to spend like $90 for some rose hip oil. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. Oh, and P.S. if you want that Vanity Planet face device, I really do recommend it. I have started seeing results after I started using it. I have a 20% off coupon, so let me know. Hey, you know how I did that skin update and my skin looked great? It's a journey. It's a journey. But you know what? It's a new week. And so what I'm thinking my mantra for this week is going to be is I don't care if I have pimples on my face. I'm going to rock it. I'm going to go to my auditions. I'm not going to care. I will cover it with makeup though. Hey y'all, it's time for a skin update. It's been literally forever. Still using the same products. I'll put a picture of them at the end. But I've been kind of lax lately, and look what's happening. I stopped using my retin-a product because I wanted to get my eyebrows waxed, and we all know what happened last time. And if you don't know, it's my skin ripped off my face, so didn't want that. So it just goes to show that if you stop doing whatever you establish as your routine for like a week, it just comes back with a vengeance. It's not fun. Y'all, I haven't done a skin update in a long time, and I am struggling. Let's talk about it. Right now, I have a lot of makeup on, but I ran out of my Onextin, that expensive pump thing that I'm supposed to use every day. I ran out of it. My skin was okay, so I was like, I'm just gonna stop using it. Bad idea, because I began to break out horribly here, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So I went to go buy some more, and it's more expensive now. So I don't know why I'm telling you this, probably because I've shared my whole journey and it seemed to have gotten better, and then now it's worse again. So that's life, I guess. Later on, when I take my makeup off, I will show you the disaster that is my skin. Because I just want to keep it real. I'm upset. My face hurts.